All right, I just want to show you my 2012 Transit Connect that I got after the scooter that I had. I got this vehicle to start my businesses. I'm running a lawn and landscape business. I did lawn and landscape back in about 2018 for 6 years, about 2024, and that's when I got locked up. Went up north after I got out because I lost everything. Went up north to stay with my brother. We didn't get along, so I took the Greyhound to Miami. So I was in Orlando before. I always wanted to come to Miami, and I came to Miami. I had to do what I had to do. Slept on the streets, slept behind that bush. Then I came here to Sunrise, Florida. It's still about 30 minutes from downtown Miami. And I slept behind that bush before, and then I found that cubby hole under the bridge. Then I made that tent back there. Those are videos that I already took, and this is a video to show you my transit van after I slept in that tent. I was working at the hospital. I saved up. I bought this vehicle. I saved up 10 grand, and I invested that into starting my businesses. And that's what you got to do, be an entrepreneur. So now I'm staying in my transit van. I plan on staying in here. I'm running my businesses from it. I plan on staying on here and keep on stacking money, get me a bigger shop where I can, do my eBay business and everything even better in there and continue to grow it. And then, being an entrepreneur, starting other businesses. So give you a little tour real quick of my Transit. Here it is, 2012 Transit Connect, 4-cylinder. It does great, you know what I mean? It's good on gas. It drives good. Here's, the front. Kind of messy right now because I just picked up some stuff. There's my postcards over there that I made for the business. I had to pick up a grinder and stuff. There's my tripod that I use. Here's the curtains. I close these curtains. It blacks everything out when I go to sleep. I get up early before the sun comes up, and, I get out and get it. But, it's perfect size, to sleep in and everything. Here's, I'll show you the inside first. So I just keep it real simple. All I do basically is just crash out and then get back to work. Show you the back. What I did is I went and got me a futon. It's kind of messy right now, but, I keep it as clean as I can. But I keep this futon just how it is. Keep it up like that, I sit in here and, I write my journals and stuff. That's what's up here, my journals. I'm currently writing a book also. That's up there in that the neon green notepad up there. Here's my fan that I use at night. I am going to get a ceiling AC to put in here. But, here's my cooler. I got all my food and everything in the cooler. Got a nice little carpet there. Here's my 2 bags that I put my work clothes, my dirty work clothes in one, and my clean work clothes in one. And then I go to the laundromat and wash all my clothes. And, I just come in here and crash out. It stays cool at night. But I am going to get that AC. I close those curtains at night, and I come back here and crash out. And, this is where I'm at right now. This is my trailer for my lawn and landscape business. That's what it's called, Getz Co. My last name's Getz, so I just decided to call it Getz Co. Here's my trailer for my lawn and landscape business that I started off, with 0 customers. I had a small storage unit at first and had, my suitcase and stuff in here. And now I upgraded to this bigger storage unit. Here's all the equipment I got off Facebook Marketplace, and I got some from the pawn shop, basically brand new. I mean, everything runs good, all steel. I love steel, that's what I run. Here's my newest mower that I just picked up. I've been doing the business. I started this lawn and landscape business. I've been doing it for about a couple months. Landscape jobs and everything coming in. There's the scooter that I used to have before, or I still have it, but the scooter that I had before I got the transit van. Here's all my, like I said, I'll save, man. You got to save and invest. And back here, I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Let me get a light real quick. But back there is my eBay business. get one of these lights. Show you back here. I keep my lawn and landscape business up here up front. Run it up front right here. Everything fits in here nice and snug. Come in the morning, pick up my stuff, and go out and do work. And then, I got my eBay business back here. So, I got this little walkway right here. Normally, I would have the scooter out of the way so I can just walk right through here. Well, here's the first mower that I picked up. I got to do some work on it. 48 grand stand. That's a 36 grand stand. So yeah, I come back through here. I got all these shelves at the hospital that I worked at before I started my own business. I worked out to the crew leader got fired and I got in charge, and the lady actually let me work 7/12s. I was on 1099, so no taxes. I saved up 10 grand, and that's how I went and invested. And I did. I quit my job, man. I got tired of it. I mean, she was real cool in that, but I just, there's something about a 9 to 5. I just can't do it, man. You're capped at how much you can make. They tell you when to take a break and everything, man. Starting your own business it's just 100 times better. But the hospital I was working at before I started my own business, that's where I got all these shelves. Everything in here, these cabinets, these file cabinets, that stool up there, everything I got, the boxes. I worked maintenance. I drove around on the golf cart. I picked up all the trash. I did everything around there. I weed eated. I did all the lawn care and everything there. Big hospital. You can look it up. Western Florida. It's called Cleveland Clinic. Big hospital. But I got all these. They would throw them out. I mean, there was completely nothing wrong with them. I cleaned them up, disinfected them, and got all them boxes up here. But here's my stool. I got even this one. That's like a 5 grand, 6 grand cabinet right here. I mean, there's literally nothing wrong with it. It's like brand new. But I got it there. Oops. Just showing you. But I got that there. Got this aluminum stool. Here's my setup right here. I got the scale there. I got the battery printer right there. So I print out all my labels. I don't have an electric in here right now, but I'm going to get a generator and stuff. There's my poly bags and everything. This is just my desk, and there's my other cards. So I got a Vistaprint. I still got to pass those out, the postcards for the lawn business. And man, I'm going to fill all these shelves up. I've just started. Only been doing a couple months. So I still got to, get rolling on this eBay business. Fill all these shelves up with great inventory that'll sell. And keep at it, man. But I'm running this eBay business, the lawn and landscape business, and I got a lot, man, in the works. I got a lot of plans. You just got to get out and get it, man. You got to think about it. You got to talk about it, but don't just be talking about it and thinking about it to everybody, man. Get out and do it. Just like Nike, man. Just go out and do it. Just do it, man. Don't be, procrastinating and everything. And I know I procrastinate too. So, we all procrastinate. But, at some point in time, you just got to get up and you got to do it. And that's what this channel is about, man. I want to inspire you, man, to get out and get it. Because like I said, I really did come here to Miami with absolutely nothing. I had $1,400 in my pocket, and I only had that because me and my brother was doing we would go and get storage units up in Chillicothe, Ohio, where I'm from, real small town. We would get these storage units, and we would sell the stuff out of storage units at a yard sale. I would post out there, whether at work, I'd post out there, I would sell the stuff at the yard sale, and, and I would save the money. So I saved up $1,000 from that. And then my brother, he got my bus ticket for me. He did help me out and stuff. And I love my brother for that. I love my family, but, they don't inspire me or nothing. They don't believe in me. They didn't believe I was going to come here and be successful or nothing. They just basically thought I was going to come here and be a beach bum and, and be calling them to come back and live with them. But no, man, that's not me. You got to be a hustler, man. You got to be a grinder. You got to get out and get it. So yeah, I had $1,000 saved from the yard sale. He got the bus ticket for me, and he gave me $200. My other brother gave me $200, and they sent me on my way, man, because we didn't get along. We was always fighting and stuff. You know how family can get sometimes. you know, and I did. I came to Florida. I only had that $1,400. I had a suitcase with my clothes in it, just one small suitcase, and I had my phone with me. You know, so I came here to Miami. I went to downtown. I didn't know what to do. I went to the YMCA, went there. You know, I had the membership there from Chillicothe, Ohio, because I was working out. I still work out, you know, build my body and everything. I don't smoke. I don't drink. I quit all that. I used to smoke and drink and all that stuff, man. But, you know, when you get older, man, you got to quit all that nonsense. So, you know, I was going to the Y. I went there. I still go there, you know, and do my shower and everything there, and I work out. And, you know, I was there right in Bayfront Park in Miami, downtown Miami. I looked up the closest storage unit. You know, I went and got the storage unit out that $1,400 that I have. And, you know, I got the storage unit, just real small storage unit to put my suitcase in there. And, man, I went in there, literally crashed out. And I stayed there for about, you know, 2-3 weeks. And they started closing at 6. I had, you know, I couldn't get there in time most of the time because, you know, I only stayed there for about, you know, right away I went and got a job. You know, right away I went and got a job and started saving. And, you know, and anybody can do this, man. Anybody can start from nothing. You can literally be homeless, sleeping on the streets with nothing. And the next day, man, you can go and get a job. You can get started. You can start saving that money. You know, don't be spending it on stupid stuff. Save your money. Invest in being an entrepreneur. Man, invest in building your own businesses. And get out there and get it, man. Let's do it. Like and subscribe, man, to this channel if you like what you're seeing. If you want to be inspired to be an entrepreneur, if you want to grow with me being an entrepreneur, we grow together, we help each other. Comment down where you can help me, and I'll try to help you the best I can. Like and subscribe, man. Let's do it.